I believe it's important we go for everything we want in life because we only have one life to live. So we have to give it everything we got and try to make our dreams, our hopes, our aspirations become reality.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Welcome back to our discussion. Before the break, I was actually trying to recap what Dr. Miles Monroe said. As the wealthiest place on planet Earth is not the oil field of Iraq or Iran, not all the treasures and diamonds in Africa, but the wealthiest place in the planet on this earth is the graveyard. That in the graveyard, you will find books that were never written. You will find music and songs that were never actually, published. Likewise, you will find good intentions that were never executed.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to speak to our audience. Now, there are two categories of people, and based on what I can feel from the audience and based on my experience. The first category I would like, I would call out is this. Tony Robbins said something interesting. He said that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So there might be people out there who will be listening to this at any point in time. And they have made the money, but they were not fulfilled because they felt that there are things that they know within them that they have not been able to do. That money and everything they have haven't really given them the fulfillment. That's one category. The other category are people, especially who I will consider maybe from minority and minority and ethnic groups all around the world. They have been so marginalized and have been told either by the society or the environment or the parents or the teachers that they will never amount to anything. That all they are good in life is just to go and dance. They can be what they put their mind to be. So the question becomes, does everybody have a purpose? And if so, this category of people and even others, how would they be able to overcome those self-sabotage, self-doubt, and things that have been programmed in them by the environment? I think you talked a bit, but I just want you to now summarize it and we can go. That things that have been put to them to make them feel that, man, this is not for me. I'm worthless, or I can't do this because of what I've been told.
Yeah, it's because of these categories of people that you mentioned that this course that we are running came into place. To help every individual, number one, to declutter the mind with truth. Declutter the mind, because our society has programmed into us, and we grew up, and whatever is in the environment programs our mind, and our mind needs something. It's programmable. It's like a computer. A computer has to have some software to run. Now, when a computer is an animate object which we own, we can run it or decide to put it aside and not run it. Unfortunately, our brain is not like that. Our brain is not animate that can be left and not. If you don't take responsibility of programming it, you can leave it and not use it. No, it will be programmed. It will be programmed. Either you take responsibility to program it, or what the environment programs it. And once it gets programmed, it runs your life. That's a cardinal truth about human life. Every human being knows. The programming of your brain runs your life. You don't decide that. You don't choose it. It just happens. Whatever you are programmed with drives your life. So the reverse knowledge from there is the way I am functioning now is the programming of my brain. The way this helplessness I am feeling, this inability I am feeling, this sense of inferiority, of can't do, unable to, they are the programming that is running my life. And I am not designed to live that way. means I am not designed to be programmed with that information. I can be reprogrammed because your brain, programmed brain, is called mind. And that mind is what drives your outward expressions.
Sure.
If you find yourself expressing boldness, it's because of the programming. And if you find yourself expressing weakness, it's because of the programming.
Yep.
That information is the key to every human life operation. Information is the key. The right information. The one that you mentioned, a category of people who have developed a life, pursued money and made money, pursued wealth or houses or cars, and they got it. But you know why they did that? That's the programming of their mind as they were coming up. This environment they grew up told them that is the essence of life. And it programmed their mind, and that programming ran their life. And they followed it and produced money, cars, and whatever material issues they acquired in life. And then but within them, the real them, who they really are, there is sense of that's not it. That's not it. Because the purpose of a thing is the only thing that fulfills it. With every instrument in our lives, when we use it the way it is designed to be used, we feel fulfilled. The instrument feels fulfilled too.
That's true.
The sense of satisfaction only comes from when that my life is in sync. It's doing exactly what it is designed. It's doing it exactly. So that sense of something is missing is letting you know what you have been pursuing is not the reason for your existence. You're using it for something else bigger than that.
Wow.
You might be applying, maybe you have skill, mathematical skills, for example, and you use it to become an engineer. And then you're engineer to get the highest job or whatever accolade you can acquire, professor. And then you may even win an award. And then after you collected your award, your cup, you sit down, you have to say, but that's not it. That's not it. It's still the skills I was given were designed for something bigger than getting an award. It's something bigger. Something bigger. So discovering that purpose is so extremely important. And that's what these materials will guide you to. This course will guide you to find it. So that you know why you like football, why you like singing, why you like mathematics, why you have interest in astronomy, or whatever else it might be. And there are some of us, now you mentioned about the category that because of the programming, the information coming from teachers from primary school, and the information coming from parents, the information coming from all the others around them, it has all the negative information. And that negativism programs that mind. And as it's coming up, you begin to see it on the outside, running this life, low self-esteem, inferiority complex, can't do. All those things, the programming, that they're programming. And you might find this mind, program like this, doing poor if you can't do anything, it won't come out right. And very soon, I think it's my mother-in-law. Or somebody in the village remotely, or something. No, it's all the negativism that programmed the mind. And now, even with this guy, I just mentioned about mother-in-law now, or one demon over there, it's also the programming. Check the society. Religious. That guy. Religion. Check the society he grew up, you find that that's the prevailing thinking pattern in that environment. And that's what programs the mind. That individual needs to know there's a cardinal scripture that have undergirded our work. And that is a scripture you find in the Bible, in the 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7. The Message translation puts it this way, about human beings. It's not about religion. It's a principle of life about human lives. It says each person is given something to do that reveals God. Each person is given something to do that reveals God. And I want whoever is listening now, whether you think yourself that you are operating at the bottom of society, mark this thing. You are given something to do that reveals God. Your life is shaped to make a significant impact on earth that shows the magnitude of God.
Wow.
If this information was fed you from your primary school and secondary school and all through until now, your thinking will be different and your actions will be different and the results will be produced will be different. It's all the programming that is running your life at this moment, and it can be changed. That's what is good. That's the reason why we designed this SLIC program. To enable individuals take a right mindset about their own lives and become their authentic selves in society. If everybody benefits, the individual feels fulfilled, the society changes, because each one of us is born to transform society.
Wow. Such an amazing way you have just encapsulated and put that together. All right. Now tell us about, because you are about to get this book launched.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the launch date and where it's going to be taking place. And yes, we will also leave all the necessary links below on this edition. Yeah, but tell the audience so that they get to know about.
Yeah, we'll be launching this course and the books, all of them, 13 of them. We'll talk more about them on the 11th of March. And by the way, I say that day is also my birthday. So
wow!
You are really welcome. You are really
happy birthday in advance.
Happy for you to come and share with me.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is on the 11th of March, 2023. And we will be doing it in a place called the Haggard Community Center in Coventry.
Okay.
Coventry. So we'll put the link at the bottom of this podcast so that people can be able to access it. But there's also a Zoom link that will be on the invite.
All right. Yeah, that's really good.
Join in from when they can make it physically there present.
All right.
But yeah, we're looking forward to welcoming everybody that will be there and those that will be joining online, sharing with us, so we can all take on board, and each one of us has something to contribute in altering not only our lives but our society. The significance of each individual life is what we are passionate about. We want to materialize it in society, because our world will not remain the same if each one of us discovers who you really are and why you are here and get engaged with it.
That is absolutely spot on. And what a wonderful note to end this edition. I mean, it's been fantastic, speaking to you, Dr. Avenze.
Thank you.
And I hope, I look forward to we doing this as a series, because there's quite a lot to discuss. I try to, but there's a whole lot about purpose, because it drives everything about life.
Yeah,
it does drive everything about life. All right. So before we wrap up, I want to give you the opportunity to tell us a bit more about your organization and what you do.
Right. Trewin, the organization itself is called Trewin, Transform Your World Institute.
Okay.
And our vision is to help every individual discover their destiny and implement it. That's our core vision driving us. Each individual is wired to discover we are supposed to. It's not something we stumble into. It's something we are supposed to. I talked about information just a few minutes ago. That information is supposed to be given us from our nursery, primary school. We are supposed to have been made aware that is the biggest thing about our earth existence, and to discover your destiny, why you came, and fulfill it. So that's really what is driving us. And the main tool that we are using so far is what we call the Strategic Life Implementation Course, SLIC, which is what all these materials are about. We run a training program, several training programs, but the SLIC curriculum, it's in each one of these. I think we talked about it briefly earlier, what the SLIC curriculum is about. So we are desirous to take this curriculum and implement it through schools, primary schools, secondary schools. We desire the mind of the young generation coming up to be shaped in this direction. So many of them will be getting the negative input from society, like we talked about, from their parents, from the environment that they grew up. All kinds of abuses can be happening in their experience. All these things, some of them, these things will be communicating to them about how terrible life is. how the world is. We want to, well, our desire is to put this system of mind setting and mind development through the educational system in schools, so that the child is enabled to begin to see the significance he came to be in the world, despite these negative inputs he's getting. Want to begin to get the idea that his life is worth more than these negative inputs. It's bigger than all of them. And begin to channel his mind that direction and equip him with the tools for walking life. Because that's one thing that's so unfortunate, isn't it? That none of us is taught to live. We don't even know how life works. And we are just thrust in to go and try to see what the other guy is doing it, and then try to do it the way he's doing it. If you came from a home where parents are fighting each other, that's what you saw, is how people live.
That's true.
So you find yourself just repeating the same. Nobody tells us. No wonder you find that people that come from broken homes are much more prone to have their own home broken, because that's what they saw. That's what's programmed in.
Yeah.
Therefore, we want to take opportunity, being able to put the system in place through schools that will cultivate the right mind about how life works, so that as children grow up individually, they will determine whether my parents' life didn't work, mine will work. My uncles and aunties, my mind will work, my life will work. They can see their future. I will tell you our dream. Our dream is that before a child comes out of secondary school, 18 years, they will have their life at 90 laid out. They know exactly how their life will be at 90 years. So by the time they are being released into adulthood, they have a blueprint of what they are going to put in place, who they will become and how they will become it. That's our dream, and that's where we're going. We are desiring to, the same thing, take this whole training through correctional facilities. Because the reason why people end up in prisons is what they do with their lives. If they knew how significant their life is and the transformation they were designed to bring about, the positive transformation they were designed to bring about in society, and how to do it, I believe they will enjoy doing it. They will get involved, implementing see their life accomplish things. But when there is no purpose identified, abuse is inevitable.
Absolutely.
We desire to take it through and implement these trainings in correctional facilities, that people that come out there by the time they come out to change the world. The reoffending and going back in will be at the moment. That's what we are looking forward to doing.
Wow. You guys are you are doing an amazing job, and which is the reason why we connected, and I look forward to more collaboration with you, because what you just said is in essence, what is also I'm passionate about doing, even though I'm focusing more on entrepreneurs and, probably people who are non-overgrown or grown, but there is no doubt that if we can catch them young, if children can be cultivated at quite a young age, they will not go through all this windy road that we have, the route we have to take for us to come to understanding our purpose. Now, before we wrap up, I just wanted you to comment on this, because this is why, I asked you to put the forward for my book. What is the place of affirmation, in one crafting or one being able to manifest or discover his purpose? Because, remember, my book is in daily positive affirmations for overcoming challenges and fears, your self-talk therapy. So tell us a bit about the place of affirmation in all this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember when you mentioned about your book, I told you that's book 5 in this series, subconscious programming, and there's a particular chapter in there that's affirmation too. I mean, yours will be more detailed because it's a whole book for you. So, but in both cases, affirmation is a tool for reshaping our consciousness, reprogramming the subconscious. I just said a few minutes ago that we are run by the programming of our being. The mindset that we are carrying is what drives our outward expressions. Affirmation is a tool for cultivating the picture you want to drive you on the outside, cultivating it in your subconscious. Affirmation is not designed as a mantra. It's designed to be a programming activity, mind programming activity. In other words, you were designed to be fully engaged with what we are saying. It's not a mindless chatter. You are supposed to be fully engaged because it's your mind reprogram. It's the picture in your mind of yourself in particular that going to drive what you do on the outside. Affirmation is to cultivate subconscious in you. A lot of things are coming to my mind. This can be extended. but affirmation is a tool. That's the simple answer I'll give. It's a tool for reprogramming yourself away from the inputs of society, from your upbringing. As you discover that the input is wrong or the programming is wrong and you want to change it, affirmation is a tool for changing the wrong programming and putting the programming you want to drive your outward expressions.
Absolutely on point. Absolutely on point. There is this, I got a lot of things in the book, and I do hope that the collaboration between the two of us will help people to begin to, it's going to go a long way to help people to not just discover their purpose, but also to become the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
Because there is this saying that we will always attract into our life the energy that is at the same vibration frequency with our thought pattern, the things we think about, as well as our affirmations, with what we say. So whether it's positive or negative, it's critical to formulating, and like you said, the software that run our mind. It's all about what we say with our mind, the thinking, and so on and so forth. Well, like I said, there is a lot of things to be discussed, and I'm sad to say we'll be wrapping it up, and hopefully we will continue, on this series next time. And I know that people is going to get a lot of values from this. Now, if you are listening to this now, or if you are going to listen to it again, as our fans I'm talking about, and any other person who's going to be listening to this, leave your comment. Tell me what you want us to discuss in the next series, okay? Because we will be bringing back, he's a very busy man, but we will have to bring him back when I get your comments and I can see that you guys are getting value from it here. Now, this is Masterpiece Inspirations. If you have not subscribed to our podcast, do so. We also have YouTube channel, we have TikTok. Our aim, the Masterpiece Inspirations, is a global mindset performance organization. And our aim is to help build top leaders, influencers, and help entrepreneurs and people, those in careers who have been, facing burnt out. They don't know, like Dr. Azuka said, they are drifting in life. They have not discovered their purpose. We will help you to turn your setback to a comeback so that you can start living a purpose-driven life and making an impact in your world. I'm sad to say we are ending this edition, but tune in next time and we will be right here to bring to you quite exciting topic on the discovery of purpose and other things that you fans would like us to discuss. Thank you very much, Dr. Azuka. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to this book launch. Okay?
Thank you.
All the links and everything will be put in the comment section. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
God bless you.
Bye-bye. God bless you too. Bye.
I believe it's important we go for everything we want in life because we only have one life to live. So we have to give it everything we got and try to make our dreams, our hopes, our aspirations become reality.